Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're the place where we take, stacks of interesting sources, articles, research, sometimes even personal notes like today, and we really try to boil them down.
Right, get to the essence.
Exactly. The goal is to give you the vital insights, the stuff that really matters, without you having to wade through everything yourself. A shortcut to being genuinely well-informed, maybe with a surprising fact or two along the way.
And hopefully keep it interesting.
We try. So today, we're diving into something, deeply personal and incredibly insightful. We're using excerpts from Mitch Albom's classic book, Tuesdays with Morrie.
Oh, fantastic source. So much wisdom packed in there.
It really is. If you've read it, you know the journey we're revisiting. If not, think of this as your guide to a story that's touched millions. It's essentially about an old sociology professor, Morrie Schwartz, facing the end of his life with ALS. And his former student, Mitch Albom, who's kind of lost in the hustle of modern life, chasing success.
Right, the whole material world thing.
Yeah. And their weekly meetings become Morrie's final class, a class on the meaning of life, held right there in Morrie's study.
Yeah.
Very raw, very honest.
And what strikes me every time I revisit this material is how Morrie uses the ultimate fragility, his own impending death, as this incredibly powerful lens. It forces this exploration of the big questions, doesn't it? How do we live meaningfully? How do we find contentment when, let's face it, life feels uncertain or like it's slipping away sometimes?
Yeah.
And Morrie's teachings, they're not abstract philosophy, are they? They're so practical. It's wisdom pulled directly from his own experience facing this immense challenge.
Really grounded.
Exactly. Hard-won wisdom. And it's amazing how applicable it is for anyone, really, whatever you're going through. You can take these insights and start using them tomorrow.
And the way this last class was set up is just, it's pure Morrie, isn't it?
Yeah.
So unique.
Definitely.
The grades, but these weekly oral exams where Mitch had to really engage, ask questions, respond, and the physical tasks.
Yeah, not lifting weights.
No. It was lifting Morrie's head onto the pillow just right, or putting his glasses on his nose for him as his muscles weakened.
Little acts of care becoming part of the curriculum.
Right. And apparently, kissing him goodbye earned extra credit. The syllabus covered everything: love, work, community, family, aging, forgiveness, and death, obviously.
A syllabus for living, learned through dying.
Perfect way to put it.
Yeah.
And just one student, Mitch Albom, suddenly enrolled in the most important class of his life.
And that's the real magic here, I think. The raw honesty, the directness. It's not some academic exercise.
Yeah.
It's wisdom taught from experience, just like the book says. This deep dive, it's really a shortcut, isn't it, to understanding what actually matters, cutting through all the noise. Moore's insights are so clear, so profound, and you really can apply them immediately to, reevaluate your own priorities, understand yourself and others better, maybe find a deeper sense of satisfaction right now. Not someday.
Yeah.
Now.
Okay, let's really unpack this journey. Let's start with Morrie himself. Before ALS took hold, he was just this incredibly vibrant person.
Oh, absolutely. Full of life.
Passionate. Energetic isn't even the word. He loved dancing. Loved it.
Yeah, the descriptions are amazing.
Right. This respected sociology professor at Brandeis, known for his intellect. But picture him at these dance-free nights, moving like a conductor on amphetamines.
Yeah.
Didn't matter what music, rock, big band, blues, he'd just close his eyes, find his own rhythm. Apparently he'd just take over the floor with a tango sometimes, totally lost in it, didn't care who was watching.
Completely uninhibited.
Exactly, a free spirit. And he brought that same energy to his teaching, pushing students to think, to be authentic. He made them feel seen, asked the big questions, even opened his home to them.
Creating the space for real personal learning, that's rare.
It really is. And then this vibrant life, this love of movement, it starts to get stolen away by ALS, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis.
Lou Gehrig's disease.
Yeah.
It's such a cruel illness.
Brutal. Unforgiving. It attacks the nerves controlling your muscles. They just wither.
And for Morrie, it started subtly, didn't it? The book mentions labored breathing first, then stumbling, just feeling tired in a way dancing couldn't fix.
Yeah, that pervasive weariness.
And then it just progressed relentlessly.
Yeah.
From dancing freely to needing a cane.
Then the walker.
Then the wheelchair. Eventually, unable to move below the neck. His voice just a whisper. His body essentially a prison.
The diagnosis came in August '94. ALS. No cure. Maybe a few years left. Devastating.
Absolutely devastating. But here's where Morrie's spirit just shines through. He made this incredibly conscious choice. He asked himself, basically, Do I wither and disappear, or do I make the best of the time I have left?
And he chose the latter.
Emphatically. He decided not to wither, not to be ashamed. Instead, he decided to make death his final project.
Wow. A human textbook.
Yeah, learning from his own slow and patient demise. He committed to living fully, even embracing the dying process as a chance to teach. That's what's so powerful. He refused bitterness. He chose understanding.
It's incredible. Okay, so that's Morrie. Now let's look at the student, Mitch Albom. Such a contrast, especially in those years after college.
Oh, completely different paths.
Mitch had this dream, right?
Yeah.
To be a jazz pianist, a famous musician.
But it didn't pan out.
No. Years of playing in dark, empty nightclubs, dealing with broken promises. It left him feeling like a failure, kind of cynical.
Yeah, disillusioned.
Then his favorite uncle died from pancreatic cancer. And that really shook him, made him feel like time was running out. Precious.
The wake-up call.
A harsh one. He completely changed direction, went back, got a master's in journalism, and just threw himself into sports writing, worked at this feverish pace.
Casing deadlines, success.
Totally. Columns, best-selling books, radio shows, TV appearances, always cranked to a fifth gear, always pushing. But the book makes it clear. Underneath all that success,
He's empty.
deeply unsatisfied, hollow. He thought he could control things, squeeze happiness out of work and buying stuff, maybe outrun disappointment.
That relentless drive.
And it cost him. His relationship with his brother Peter, who also battled cancer but chose to isolate himself, that was really strained. Mitch was just emotionally distant.
And Mitch's path, that frantic burying himself in accomplishments, it's so recognizable, isn't it?
Oh yeah, very modern.
This belief that external stuff, money, status, busyness, will give you control, security, happiness. But Morrie knew better.
Right.
It often leads to emptiness, that feeling of never enough. Mitch was caught, as Morrie put it, in the siren song of my own life.
That's a great phrase.
He luring him towards more work, more stuff, but pulling him further from real connection, real peace, and then boom. He sees Morrie on Nightline.
Talking about dying.
Exactly. And it just stops Mitch in his tracks, forces him to slow down, look at his own life, his values. It was this collision course, really. Two completely different ways of living, meeting again.
Which brings us to that first reunion at Morrie's house. It really paints a picture, doesn't it?
Oh, the awkwardness.
Right. Mitch shows up, still glued to his cell phone, clearly preoccupied with work, spills coffee, pretends to look for his keys.
Trying so hard to seem busy, avoid the real moment.
Totally. He even admits he hoped Morrie hadn't seen him right away, sinking down in his car seat. He's just detached, uncomfortable in his own skin almost.
But Morrie, even though he's physically declining, the book mentions the thinning white hair, the gaunt face, his spirit is just there, fully present.
Instantly warm.
Unwavering affection. He whispers, "My old friend, you've come back at last," and pulls Mitch into this embrace.
Holding onto his elbows, yeah.
That immediate presence from Morrie versus Mitch's almost frantic avoidance. It just shows how far Mitch had drifted, right? And how Morrie, despite everything, was deeply connected, ready to challenge him.
It's amazing. Morrie's physical state is clearly frail. The thin hair, gaunt face, the labored breathing, even a faint medicinal smell.
Yeah, the realities of the illness.
But his presence is immediate. He doesn't waste a second on small talk, does he? Not interested in Mitch's career wins.
Nope. Cuts right to the chase, with this almost startling directness.
Asking those huge questions right away. Have you found someone to share your heart with? Are you giving to your community? Are you at peace with yourself? Are you trying to be as human as you can be?
Wow. Talk about setting the tone.
Right. No easing into it. It's like an immediate reset button for Mitch, who's been so wrapped up in that siren song.
And Morrie, even like this, is already teaching, isn't he? Showing that real connection, real meaning isn't about what you achieve outside. It's about being present. Engaging with what makes us human.
He's inviting Mitch and us to really live, even as he's dying.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's really dig into these Tuesdays. Each visit was a lesson, right? A building block in this final curriculum on living.
Absolutely. Morrie, despite getting weaker each week, used this time, his final months, to pass on this incredible wisdom. Stuff that just cuts through modern anxieties.
Teaching Mitch how to navigate the big questions, find meaning right now.
So let's start with the second Tuesday. Feeling sorry for yourself. Seems like an odd topic for someone dying, maybe.
Counterintuitive, yeah.
But Morrie had this unique approach. He allowed himself a good cry every morning. He'd literally, feel his body, acknowledge the parts that weren't working, the slow, insidious way he was dying. Let the grief, the fear just wash over him.
He didn't fight it?
No. But, and this is key, only for a little while. Then, he said, he consciously shifted focus. He'd move on to all the good things still in my life.
That's the hard part, isn't it? The shift.
It seems almost impossible. He even found the disease wonderful because of all the time I get to say goodbye, which is just mind-blowing.
Yeah.
He wasn't denying the pain. He was giving it space, acknowledging it, but then choosing not to let it define his whole day, his whole existence.
He knew burying grief doesn't work.
Exactly. So the application for us listening, how often do we get stuck in self-pity? Let it ruin not just minutes, but days, weeks. Right. Morrie's example is such a challenge. If he, facing ALS, could contain his mourning to a brief period and then choose to focus on the good, what could we do?
With our everyday setbacks or even bigger losses.
Yeah. It's about acknowledging the feeling, validating it. It's okay to feel bad, but then consciously choosing to move forward. Focus on what's left, what's still good. It's active resilience.
It takes practice, I imagine.
Oh, definitely. And this connects to something really interesting from Morrie's old group process class, an aha moment.
Okay.
He did this fall backward trust exercise. Students stood facing away, had to fall, trusting him to catch them.
Oh, I hate those.
Yeah, most people do. Most were hesitant, scared. But one quiet girl just closed her eyes and leaned back, no flinching.
Wow.
And Morrie explained the lesson. Sometimes you cannot believe what you see, you have to believe what you feel. And if you are ever going to have other people trust you, you must feel that you can trust them too, even when you're in the dark, even when you're falling.
That's profound. It's not just about catching someone.
Not at all. It's a metaphor for vulnerability, connection. And Mitch had to live that out later, didn't he? Physically lifting Morrie, feeding him. He had to embody that trust.
Feeling the seeds of death, as the book says, but still committing to the care.
Yeah. It's a blueprint. Sometimes you just have to trust, surrender, accept help, even when you're scared, vulnerable, can't see the outcome. Building emotional courage.
Okay, fast forward to the fourth Tuesday. Topic: death. And how facing it helps you live. Seems paradoxical.
It does, but Morrie's take is so clarifying. His core idea, everyone knows they're going to die, but nobody believes him.
We live like we have forever.
Exactly, putting off the important stuff. His solution wasn't being morbid, but being aware, to know you're going to die and to be prepared for it at any time. That's better. That way you can actually be more involved in your life while you're living.
Being prepared makes you more involved. How?
Because it forces you to prioritize. He mentioned the Buddhist idea of a little bird on your shoulder whispering, "Is today the day? Am I ready? Am I doing all I need to do? Am I being the person I want to be?" It's a constant, gentle reminder.
Not scary, but focusing.
Right. Morrie truly believed once you learn how to die, you learn how to live. It strips away the superficial stuff, the distractions.
The materialism.
Yeah. Suddenly, time is precious. You see things differently. You appreciate simple things, like sunshine through that window or leaves rustling, like you're seeing them for the first time. You stop sleepwalking.
But the application is, imagine that little bird. How would it change your choices today?
Exactly. Would you still just go through the motions? Or would you live more intentionally? Appreciate the small moments right now. Ask yourself, what would I do if this was it? It's about living with urgency, but not panic.
Living with intention. Got it. Okay, fifth Tuesday, love and family. This feels central.
Absolutely crucial for Morrie. He said something really powerful. There is no foundation, no secure ground upon which people may stand today if it isn't the family.
Strong words.
And he brought up that Auden quote again. Love each other or perish. He saw it as fundamental, a basic human need.
He talked about spiritual security, right?
Yes. That deep knowing that your family will be there, watching out for you, a safety net nothing else can provide. He admitted he missed that intensely after his own mother died when he was young, felt adrift.
And it's what he valued most as he was dying, seeing his family rally around.
Totally. He was clear. Not money, not fame, not work can give you that same unwavering support.
Makes you think, doesn't it? In a world pushing individual achievement, career, are we nurturing those family bonds enough?
It's a vital question. And his view on having children was part of this too. There is no experience like having children, he said.
Why specifically?
Because it demands complete responsibility for another human being and teaches you how to love and bond in the deepest way. It's this unique crucible for unconditional love, selflessness.
So his message is, invest in family, Actively nurture those connections. That's where real belonging, real support, true meaning lies.
It's a fortress of love, a human safety net. That's the real wealth.
Okay, 6th Tuesday. This one always gets me. Detaching from emotion? It sounds wrong somehow, like suppression.
I know, right? It sounds counterintuitive. But Morrie wasn't talking about suppressing feelings at all, quite the opposite.
Really?
Yeah, he meant allowing emotions, fear, pain, grief, even love, to penetrate you fully. Let them wash over you. Go all the way over your head even. Immerse yourself.
Okay, why?
Because only then, he argued, can you truly recognize the emotion, see it clearly, and then consciously step away, gain perspective, observe it without it controlling you. You let it penetrate you fully. That's how you are able to leave it.
Feel like to free it kind of thing.
Exactly. And he demonstrated it, didn't he, during that awful coughing fit. Gasping, gagging, terrifying.
Yeah.
Most people would panic. But Morrie, even then, told Mitch, this is where detachment comes in. He wanted to die serenely, peacefully, not lost in freight.
So it's a tool for resilience, inner freedom.
Precisely. Instead of fearing pain or vulnerability, you embrace the feeling fully. Sit with it. Don't judge it. That allows you to process it, move past it. It stops it from owning you.
Turn on the faucet. Wash yourself with the emotion. It won't hurt you. It will only help. I remember that line.
So powerful. Confront, experience, release. Don't cling, don't be paralyzed. It lets you navigate life's storms from a place of clarity, not reactivity. Observe your emotions, don't become them.
It's a huge shift. Okay, 8th Tuesday, Morrie takes on cultural brainwashing, valuing people over possessions.
Yes, he really went after the constant societal message. More is good, more money, more property, more commercialism.
The endless pursuit of more.
He saw people constantly gobbling up something new. Cars, gadgets, clothes, because they were so hungry for love that they were accepting substitutes.
Wow, accepting substitutes for love.
Yeah, like embracing material things, hoping for a hug back. But, he said, that hug never works. He was blunt. Money is not a substitute for tenderness, and power is not a substitute for tenderness. From his perspective, dying, those things offered zero real comfort.
So what does offer comfort? What makes life truly wealthy?
Connection, giving. He contrasted the societal chase with his own home, physically decaying, bank account shrinking, but his home was wealthy, filled with love and teaching and communication, friendship, family, honesty, tears. That was the currency. True satisfaction, he believed, comes from offering others what you have to give.
And not just money.
No. Crucially, not just money, your time, your concern, your stories, your listening ear, playing cards with someone lonely. That's how you start to get respect, he said. More importantly, how you feel truly alive.
Holding an open heart, floating equally between everyone. Status means nothing in the end.
Exactly. So the application is clear. Invest your energy in people, community, simple acts of giving. That's where lasting purpose and connection live.
All right, moving towards the end. 12th Tuesday, forgiveness. This feels critical.
Huge. And Morrie had this two-part instruction. Forgive yourself before you die, then forgive others.
Both sides of the coin.
Absolutely. And he shared that incredibly painful story about his friend Norman.
The sculptor.
Yeah, they had a falling out. Norman didn't reach out when Morrie's wife, Charlotte, was seriously ill. Morrie felt hurt, prideful. When Norman tried to reconcile later, Morrie shrugged him off.
Ouch.
Then Norman died of cancer. And Morrie confessed, just raw pain. I never got to forgive. It pains me now so much I could have had him back.
That story just drives home the urgency, doesn't it?
Completely. Forgiveness isn't just for the other person. It frees you from bitterness, resentment, stubbornness. It's heavy baggage.
And the self-forgiveness part.
Just as vital. Forgiving yourself for all the things we didn't do, all the things we should have done, the mistakes, the regrets. He warned against getting stuck on the regrets. They paralyze you.
Don't wait, Mitch. Not everyone gets the time I'm getting.
Powerful reminder. Make peace now. Internally, with your past. Externally, in your relationships. Don't carry pride or anger. Choose freedom. Choose peace.
Okay, the final lesson. 13th Tuesday. The perfect day. And what a meaningful life looks like.
Yeah, Mitch was expecting something grand, right? Exotic trips, big parties.
Totally. Flying to Italy, meeting the Pope, stuff like that. He was almost disappointed by Morrie's answer.
Because Morrie's perfect day was so ordinary.
Incredibly simple. A walk in a garden, watching nature. Simple dinner, pasta and duck. dancing till he dropped, a deep sleep.
That's it, Mitch asked. That's it, Morrie said.
And that was the point, wasn't it?
What was the whole point, exactly? Finding perfection, joy, peace, not in grand adventures, but in appreciating the ordinary, the present moment, not chasing happiness out there somewhere.
Peace with living is found right here in the everyday.
Yes. And his ultimate takeaway, so moving, death ends a life, not a relationship.
Wow.
That enduring love, that connection, it means you live on in the hearts of everyone you have touched and nurtured while you were here.
So the application is focus on what truly matters. Love, responsibility, spirituality, awareness.
Things that matter whether you're sick or healthy, young or old. They should have been the focus all along. It's about being present, investing in the real stuff right now in your seemingly average, potentially perfect day.
So how did it end for Morrie? His final moments?
They were very Morrie. Very intentional. He died on a Saturday morning. His family had been there constantly, sleeping in shifts by his bed. But for just a moment, they all stepped out to the kitchen for coffee, a brief break. And in that moment, alone, Morrie stopped breathing.
He died alone.
Yes. And the feeling, strongly suggested in the book, is that he chose that. A final act of agency, of love, to spare them the trauma he remembered from his own parents' deaths, learning about his mom via telegram, identifying his dad's body.
Oh, wow. So a final gift, almost.
A final act of love and control, leaving on his own terms, protecting those he cherished from that raw final moment.
That fits everything he taught.
It really does. And it's so symbolic that Mitch went back to Morrie's grave on a Tuesday.
They're dead?
Their day. And he found that having an imagined conversation felt almost natural.
The teaching continued.
Exactly, even after death. The last thesis was still unfolding inside Mitch. It shows the lasting impact. Death ends a life, sure, but not that connection, not that profound learning. The teacher was gone. The lessons remained.
And we see the proof in Mitch's own life afterwards, right? The transformation.
Oh, absolutely. Especially with his brother, Peter.
That reconciliation, their relationship had been so strained for years. Distance, resentment.
Especially after Peter isolated himself during his cancer fight. But Mitch, having absorbed Morrie's lessons, love, forgiveness, letting go of pride, he reached out.
Took that step.
Accepted Peter's need for space, but expressed his own desire to connect, however fragile. And a few days later, that fax arrived.
The all caps rambling fax.
Yes. Uniquely Peter, ending with, "Life's a bitch, chat later, sore tush."
And Mitch just laughed till he cried.
Yeah. That simple, imperfect connection. It was a direct result of Morrie's lessons. Opening your heart, being vulnerable, making peace before it's too late, love winning over pride, real-world application.
It truly underscores Morrie's influence, doesn't it? And his belief that there is no such thing as too late in life.
He lived that. He was changing until the day he said goodbye, evolving, learning, sharing, refusing to be defined only by his illness.
His legacy isn't just the book, which was Morrie's idea, by the way, helped pay his medical bills.
Right. His true legacy is that the teaching goes on. Just like we're doing now in this deep dive, it shows that wisdom, shared authentically with vulnerability and love, keeps resonating, keeps transforming lives long after the teacher is gone.
A gift that keeps on giving, shaping us now.
Exactly.
So let's wrap this up, circling back to our mission here at the Deep Dive. We've gone deep into Morrie Schwartz's wisdom via Mitch Albom's Tuesdays with Morrie, a journey into what truly matters.
And if we boil down the key takeaways, the actionable knowledge for you listening, that power of conscious self-pity, feel it briefly, then focus on the good, that liberating idea. Once you learn how to die, you learn how to live. Strip away the trivial, focus on the essential. Appreciate the now.
The irreplaceable value of love, connection, family over material stuff.
Absolutely. And that tricky but vital practice of emotional detachment, feel fully to let go, don't let emotions rule you.
And forgiveness.
Yeah.
So crucial. For yourself, for others, letting go of regret and resentment.
Practices that free you.
These insights feel like such an antidote to modern stress, don't they? That feeling of not enough.
They really do. Morrie gives clear directions for finding meaning and satisfaction now, not someday. It's about being fully present with people in the moment, investing in the human family.
These aren't just nice ideas. They're actionable ways to live a richer, more connected life starting today.
So, as we finish, maybe a final thought to ponder. What simple, ordinary moments in your life are you maybe taking for granted right now? Those little things Morrie taught us to cherish.
Good question.
And following from that, what small act, connection, forgiveness, just being fully present could you offer today to make your life and the lives around you feel truly wealthy?
Wealthy in the way Morrie meant.
Exactly. And one more thing. How might embracing Morrie's idea that part of me is every age, that you carry all your past selves, experiences, wisdom within you right now, how might that shift your perspective on who you can be, what you can handle right now? What wisdom from your younger self could help you today?
Wow. Lots to think about there. Powerful questions indeed. Until next time, keep diving deep into these essential questions in your own life.